This is Professor Pete Alexander with the Winning a Business and Life podcast, where business leaders share their insights. It is 6 questions in 7 minutes because successful business leaders are busy and rarely have more time to spare. So let's get to it. Question number 1. In a few sentences, please tell me who you are and what you do.
Hey everybody, thanks Pete for having me. I'm Ashley Zumwalt-Forbes, president of a natural resources operating company called Black Mountain, based in Fort Worth, Texas, but with operations all over the world, from West Texas to Perth, Australia to Abu Dhabi.
Ashley, it's so great to have you on the show. Question number 2. What's the best thing about working in your industry?
I'm in the natural resources space, and it's very much one of those areas that you can see in every part of your life. Oil and gas goes into generating electricity and ensuring you can get from point A to point B. Mining and metals goes into building your car, building your electronics. And it's one of those very fundamental building block industries that you feel that you've really made an impact on society.
I love that. A real tangible product. It's so
Yes.
great to hear that. Question number 3. I have a fictitious book with all
Okay.
the answers for business. What
Okay.
chapter would you think most companies should read?
Look, so I think with companies and with kind of individuals, I think you get pressured to be all things to all people. And I think it's just really important to acknowledge that you don't have to be, nor should you be. So, as a company, if you try to accomplish too many goals, you end up failing at all of them. You really need to target what your business is going to do and what it is meant to be good at.
I
As
love that. Mhm.
Absolutely. And so, as a leader, I think that the same concept applies in that, you're self conscious that you need to know everything and never go to people with questions. But it's actually the complete opposite. You need to know what you know well and know what you don't know and who you can go to with those questions.
So you focus on what you're good at, and then you hire people to focus on areas that you're not so good at so that the entire organization can be successful, if I'm understanding you correctly?
That is 100% right. And I mean, further to that, I think you should always hire people who are smarter than yourself.
Mhm.
So, as a leader, you should be the least capable person in that room. And that's something I'm really proud of. Everybody who works for me and works on my teams, I am just so proud to employ, so proud to have on my team and on my side, because I know when we're going and hitting that next challenge, there's no one I'd rather go into battle with.
Oh, I love that. And then that, it just sounds, that you have their back, they have your back, and it just creates a really powerful working environment.
Absolutely. Culture's key.
Absolutely. Question number 4. Other than the generic work harder, have a great attitude, and care for the customers, what advice or insight would you give to other business leaders?
Yeah, you know what? I actually think it goes back to advice I've already given. You do not have to have the answer to everything.
Mhm.
I think the more you yourself open yourself up and kind of acknowledge to your team that you are comfortable asking those questions, it opens up this kind of culture of vulnerability on your team. And once you acknowledge those things, it just allows your team to keep pressing forward, innovating, iterating to a better solution. So check your ego at the door and let's just get this work done.
Oh, I love that. Check the ego at the door. That sounds like a perfect title for a book.
There you go. There you go.
Question number 5. What other executive or business leader like yourself would you like to acknowledge and invite to be on my podcast?
Oh man. So I mean, so as a female entrepreneur, it is we're a smaller crew, so you really have to make sure you're doing your best to reach down and pull others up. And I really respect that about female entrepreneurs who have come before me. So, I mean, my all-time, I would say business and entrepreneurship icon is Sarah Blakely from Spanx.
Mhm.
If you can get Sarah, it would be fantastic. I absolutely adore her. I just find her to be the most fantastic role model for a business person and just for a person. I mean, mom of 4 kids under 4, amazing woman.
Oh, I love that
Yeah,
referral. Thank you so much. I'll reach out to her and see if I can get her on the show.
absolutely. Can't hurt.
And our final question, question number 6. Please tell me about your first job.
Oh, so my first job was in high school. So I'm from a small town called Choctaw, Oklahoma. And I was a car hop at Sonic Drive-In. And for those of y'all who aren't familiar with Sonic, it's just an old school drive-in where, the car hop comes out to your car with the tray. You can make an extra dollar an hour if you wear roller skates, but not coordinated. So I did not take that earning potential. But it was fantastic. You know what? I actually think it's really important for everyone to have worked in service at some stage. I love Sonic because it was rapid volume, like you could never get bored. And it just gives you a better appreciation for what people do on a daily basis. And you should always be nice to your servers and always tip them.
Oh, I love that. And it's a great story. And it's also a good lesson because, it's really true. You can tell a lot about a person, how they treat their servers and others in the service industry.
I think that's right. I think it's
Mhm.
exactly right. So work at Sonic, y'all.
I love it. Ashley, thank you so much for being on the show. How can people find you?
I'm on LinkedIn as Ashley Zumwalt-Forbes, or my Instagram is at AshZum.
Perfect. This is Professor Pete Alexander with the Winning at Business and Life podcast. For more insights and ideas, please go to LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, or iTunes and search for the Winning at Business and Life podcast. Thanks for listening.